5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Hello guys and dolls, welcome to Honey Badger 3D Print and Paint. Let's just make sure everybody can hear us, that we are actually live. Seconds. I realised that my timer didn't actually start until until about 12 seconds after I actually until I didn't actually go live in time. So well done me there. But that should be us live. So hello Matt, hello Paul, hello everybody who is watching. So what are we doing today? So we are carrying on with the linear rail upgrade that we were doing to the end of 3. So where we got to last time, the bed is on. I am actually just reattaching the front wide belt tensioner at the moment, because I realized that I fitted it incorrectly when I was on last time. So well done me on that. And then we've got the X-axis is on. And then we need to fit the Z bracket, the E motor, the X mount, and we need to put the X belt on as well. So bear with me whilst I just get this back in.
It's quite cold in here tonight.
What, in your garage?
Yeah.
Must make a change. Normally absurdly hot in there.
It's what's normally like a song, isn't it?
Because I have to say, I found that if I leave a print on overnight, just one of my prints, my summer house is insulated well enough that it gives off enough heat to mean that when I go in the morning, it's not cold.
Yeah.
Which I'm surprised by, because I didn't think it was going to do that, if I'm honest. I'll just tension this belt.
I just keep looking at the parts list for this, and there's just so many pieces.
So, why don't you tell people what it is you're actually building at the moment?
So, anybody who keeps an eye on Gambody will have seen a little while ago they released a Chevrolet Impala, which is from Supernatural, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not.
I've never watched Supernatural, but apparently there's a Chevy Impala in it.
Yeah.
Now it's large. It's let's find the sizes. Right, so it's 260 mil wide, 680 mil long, and 180 mil high. So that's big. Now, I'm not scaling it up because I'm not having another truck situation on my hands. But I knew there was a lot of parts in it. It wasn't until I looked at it yesterday and realised Gambody
how many parts.
And there's 241 parts in it.
Yeah. It's a big car as well. There's an echo with Mike.
Hello.
Helpful. I don't think there. I can't hear one.
I can't hear it.
You've not got the video open on anything, have you?
No.
No. All right, fair enough. Well, anyway, yeah. So the car is large. So it's a lot of parts. Originally, as you say, so normally and traditionally on this channel, we scale stuff up, right? So enter the TIE Fighter. That's a Gambody model.
So
Sauron is as well, isn't it?
Gambody, yeah.
Yeah. So the Sauron's obviously scaled up. Most of our stuff we scale up. We couldn't scale up Chevy.
The
literally
reason we
wasn't
couldn't
possible.
scale it up is some of the parts, if we'd scaled it up, just would not have fitted. Now with this model in particular, it was the same with the Mad Max truck. A lot of the pieces are held together with pins. Now they use bits of filament. You use bits of filament as the pins to hold bits together. So obviously it's sized as 175 filament. If you scale it up, you have to scale it up to 175% so that you can use 285 filament as the pins.
Right.
So there's no in between. You can't go in between and you can't go bigger. You either do it at size or 175%. Well, at 175%, that car would have been about 5 foot long.
It's just started printing a real car.
And nearly 2 foot wide. Like,
Yeah.
where's that going to go? I suppose I could sit on it.
Yeah, that would have been an issue for sure. So that seems to imply that.
But it's just some of the pieces on it are big, and they're not pieces you could really sensibly cut.
Yeah.
Especially when you're dealing with bodywork and things like that, because you need to print as perfect as you possibly can to give you a good chance of finishing that as a car finish.
Yeah.
And it's black as well, so any imperfections in a black paint job, you're going to see them.
Absolutely.
So
for that,
pieces on your desk, aren't they?
Pardon?
A couple of the pieces on your desk, aren't they?
Yes, they are. Bear with me 1 second. Just let me get this screwed in, and then I will show people. So I have to say, so you've been printing it on the longer, and I am blown away at how well these parts have come out. I'll put them on the close-up camera in a second, because they are, I mean, they're just bang on. They're absolutely bang on. So here we go. All right, go to this one. So this is the part that's come off the longer. Let me see if I can get in a little bit closer. Hold on. So, I mean, it has come out absolutely stunning.
And it printed on its edge on the side. Printed like that.
So it prints standing up like that. It's amazing. And then still, even with this one as well, this one is the boot. And again, really nice. But as Mike said, there's a reality with this one, right? So so with this one, we want to try and get that glossy paint job as glossy as possible. So we reached out to Replicoat. So Replicoat are the guys. They've been on a few of the groups recently.
You might have seen them. They did that like 8 foot high Hulk, like life size Hulk.
Yeah, that's them. Yeah, and they've done the Hulk. I'm just fitting the Z axis on this, so I just need to unclip that, and then undo that Z.
Hello, HC. But yeah, so we spoke to Replicoat. Replicoat, what they basically do is it's a epoxy, is it?
It's effectively very similar to a 2-part epoxy resin.
Yeah.
But yeah, you have to mix
basically mix it up. You can either spray it on, not with a airbrush, but with a spray gun, or you can paint it on. It takes about 24 hours to dry, but what it does is it gives you a completely smooth finish on whatever part you put it on.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a very impressive. I mean, I've seen some of the results they've had so far, and I mean they're impressive. Like they're doing a really, really nice job.
Hi, Tim.
Hey, Tim. Hey, HC. So at the moment, guys, I'm just getting the I'm just getting the X and the Z piece installed. As you can see, the X beam's on, and I'll have to show you some of these parts in a minute. But I mean, I'm very, very happy with how these parts are currently looking. Like, they've done a really nice job on these, to be honest. Probably nicer than I was expecting. I want to add linear rails to my end, or I hope this works. I'll be honest, this is a good kit. Like, this is a good kit. Whilst I'm here and I'm changing things, I am going to change out for a dual drive extruder as well, just because it's normally an upgrade we do on all of our sort of enders and longers and all of that stuff. Hey, Carl, lost any bearings recently? No, I haven't lost any more bearings. Thanks. One of the things I really like about this is, so you saw that obviously I fitted the first Z on there. Oh, I'll put that in a really awkward place, haven't I? Hold on. There we go. This is the second rail that goes on the other side. As you can see, this also has a hole for a Z because this mod supports a dual Z. So you can, when this goes on, I won't be using it because I haven't fitted a dual Z to this, but you can actually do dual Z on this, which I think is brilliant. To include that, because they could quite rightly say we support stock enders. We don't support upgraded enders. But they're not doing that, and they are supporting upgraded enders as well that have gone out and done a dual Z upgrade. So I like that a lot. The bed's already on. Hi, Carl. The bed's already on, and the bed's moving nicely already. So the claim from these guys is that these are Highwind rails. Now, we've had this debate before when we were talking about the Blue Rolls Voron. The way that Highwind work is they grade their rails. So let me just unclick that. Oh, that's sturdy. So Highwind grade their rails. The A grades go to most industrial CNC machines. A and B grades is what you tend to buy when you're buying direct from Highwind. They're saying that they have bought these from their Chinese Highwind supplier. So they are saying that these are Highwind rails. That may be true, but these might actually be a C or a D grade. So rather than them discarding the rails that fall outside of their very tight tolerances, they sell them off cheaper. Now, I don't know that that's what's happening, but
the price of the kit
rails in this, and Highwind rails are expensive. So, all right, so we've done that.
The rails alone would be the price of the kit.
Yeah, we've done all that.
Did we have to clean them? I don't think we did we?
Well, I mean, I've hit them.
You wiped them with your finger.
Pardon?
You wiped them with your finger.
I've cleaned down the rails. I put a few drops of isopropyl alcohol in these and let them sit, and then I've blasted them out with some air, and then I've recoated these in a WD-40 lithium white grease. So I did clean them with my finger when I got them out of the pack. But I haven't taken all the bearings out and properly washed them. I haven't done that. So they do still have a degree of like manufacturing grease on them. But I mean, to be honest with you, they are moving really nicely. Place the guide on the installation position. What that? Where's my jig? This is something else. Not seen the vid. Would you recommend the Blue Rolls one? I was looking at the form bot. So, Tim, I love my Voron, and I love my Blue Rolls kit. That being said, so originally there were a few people in the community when the form bot first kit came out, and they had some issues. However, since then, I have seen a number of people who have been posting about their about getting form bot kits and saying that they're working really nicely. So I'll be honest with you and say I don't really think there's that much of a difference between the two kits. I've got the Blue Rolls kit. My kit works fantastically. I love my kit. There is one, so you can actually ask Blue Rolls to give you an Octopus board over a Feistek board. I'd 100% recommend that you do that because I really don't like my my form bot board. I think it's objectively bad. My Feistek board, sorry. So I wouldn't get a Feistek board. And if I had one criticism, it is not specifically of the Blue Rolls kit. It's of all the Voron kits on AliExpress. They do not give you a pre-wired harness, right? So so you have to terminate the kit yourself. It's not really a big deal. I didn't terminate mine correctly. I had to do some extensions. I didn't measure everything out properly. I should have done. I've actually now gone and bought a wiring harness, which should be here in a couple of weeks, because I don't want to use my Voron in the sort of. I don't want to use it the way that I've done it. If I'm honest,
The wiring just detracts from how good it looks.
Yeah. I mean, if you take a look at the video that we did, Tim, you'll see, and sort of the reality is my wiring lets it down. If I'm honest, it's not the best. I didn't do a good job on the wiring.
Doesn't affect it working, just visually.
No, it's worked. It works perfectly. It works flawlessly. I love the form bot. I really do. It's an amazing printer. I
told you I'd let you off with that last time, George's Gaming Guide, but that's like twice on the trot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just because you've been sitting editing videos, it's not good enough.
So for anyone who's not already subscribed, please go over and check out George's Gaming Guide. It is my friend's son who is doing a number of Lego building videos. And honestly, the stuff that he's doing at the moment is amazing.
Some of the models he's editing is getting crazy good.
Yeah,
I'm actually really jealous.
Bird's Nest on roller skates comes to mind. I'm assuming, Paul, that is a dig at my wiring.
No, it just looks a little bit like a badger's chewed at it.
Yeah, yeah, a little bit. Yeah. I didn't do a good job on the wiring. But to be fair, it's a credit to the machine that regardless of my objectively terrible wiring, it's still printing, and it's still printing fantastically. I really can't.
Letting off fireworks again.
Pardon?
Someone's letting off fireworks again.
Oh, what is Stella going, man? Mental?
I can hear them.
Oh.
She's not really fussed by the fireworks, to be honest.
I mounted that upside down. It's possible, isn't it? No, I haven't. That's fine. Which is weird because she's fussed by everything else.
It's just
if someone farts 3 houses down, she kicks off about that.
She wants to know who it was.
She wants to know who it was, and she wants to know why they were eating stuff and not offering her anything.
just on the off chance it might have been a sausage.
Yeah. Cheers, guys. We'll catch up on the previous vids, but fancy the challenge on the wiring. Yeah, and don't get me wrong. If you're confident on it, it's honestly not a problem. Like, it's not a big. It's honestly not that hard to do properly. I just didn't. It's the best way to put that. Like, had I have done it properly, it would have been absolutely fine.
You had to extend some of the wires, and then they didn't fit in the wiring drag chain.
Yeah, pretty much. That's the long and the short of it. I should have pre-measured all of my wiring, and I didn't. I looked at the wiring that I had, and I was like, well, that must be long enough. But I didn't account for the fact the way the Voron wiring goes is along a cable chain, back a cable chain, down a cable chain, and then into the chassis. So there's a lot. Don't forget to thumbs up on this stream. Absolutely, guys. Do not forget to thumbs up. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you're not already. So let's just show you guys where I'm at. So as you can see, the bed is on. The belt for the bed is on. The Z rails are on, and they are moving nicely as well. The X motor, X end stop, which has some little standoff mounts that sit at the back here to be able for this carriage to now hit the X stop in the right area. People, I mean, I'm under no illusions. I don't think these guys actually designed this kit. Do you know what I mean? But they have put some genuine thought into this, and so far I haven't come across any sort of manufacturing type defects that you would normally expect on a kit like this. Oh, that's going to be a swine to get in. Had a good kit for 150, but it's been sold out for one. I'm back from my mum's taxi job for the day. Birkenhead yesterday. Okay. So, right. So that goes on there like that. That goes over there like that. This goes under here like...
Birkenhead is a dump.
Like that. Okay. So the first thing I would point out with that is that that belt is not long enough by far. So let's take a look and see if we can use one of the original belts, which is a shame really, because the new belts are Gates belts. Okay, let's try this. Hey guys, good to see you. Hello. Hello, Clear Mods. So, belt goes in. Belt goes up. Belt goes through. Oh. Belt goes through. Belt goes through there. Underneath there. That's definitely going to be a problem, isn't it? Okay. Let's take that out for a minute so that we can get that. Wow. Okay. So what, that literally doesn't even fit in there. Yeah, that's bad. Okay. So I think I'm going to need to go and grab another belt, and I'm going to have to put these back pieces on it, because They're both the same length. This one is shorter. I'm pretty sure.
You're right, Kieran.
Pretty sure I threw away the other one. Well, I mean, there's 3 belts there, so Birkenhead in my hometown was a great place. Ferry ride on a peninsula, great views and food. Okay. Right. Mike, you say some things whilst I
Well, I've got a lot of belts here.
That's a surprisingly unhelpful point. 1 second.
So we did have a problem with the Sidewinder X2 this week. Finished the print. Last time I used it, finished the print. Put it on because the car I'm doing is actually to review RepRap Filament. They sent us like 4 kilos of it. Turned on the Sidewinder, the X2, heated it up. So I was changing the filament out. Changed the filament. Pulled the USB stick out to put the print on it. And everything died. Just completely died. No power, no fans, no nothing. So today we stripped it down to have a look at it. On the USB reader, the little like white plastic teeth in it that go inside the USB reader. When I pulled the USB stick out, it pulled them out of the USB extension, and that shorted out everything. Didn't it? As soon as we took the as soon as we took the USB part off of the extension, powered up straight away. So now it's actually running.
So basically, on a Sidewinder, there's a little daughter board that that houses the remote full USB A that you can plug a USB drive into, and yeah, the interior of that had come away
and was inside the USB stick.
Yeah, and that was causing the board to short. So
no, that one that's dead on the floor was my old X1, which wasn't really an X1. It was an X1 frame, but it had different boards.
I mean, that one's a little different because that one came to us like that. That one came to us as there was a company. Yeah, there was a UK company that did like spares and repairs, and at the time, he had sort of kind of all the parts to make an X1, and he was like, "Look, if you guys want to put in the effort, like you can have this for free and sort of build your own." And I was like, "Yeah, all right, I'll give that a crack. That sounds like a laugh."
But what we built was a Frankenstein printer because it was basically just a Sidewinder frame.
Yeah, it was in the end, yeah.
So my X2 has printed perfect since I got it. Because we removed the USB part off of the daughter board, it's now running on a mini USB card.
No, it's running on an SD card.
Or SD card. It's now running on that, which is fine. And we've put a ticket in with artillery, see if they'll send out a new one. But as you can see, it's printing now.
I've always had, I will say this, so my X1 has broken in the past, and I've had I only have 5 printers now. Did have 12. Yeah, so we're
in the process of getting rid of printers.
Yeah, we're up and down in printer numbers all the time as well. So, I mean, between us, we've got like 20 machines. But we do so much to so many of our machines that quite a few of them you couldn't in good conscience still call the original machines. I mean, like, so Mike's BLV cube is actually a S4 originally, and then we've butchered and bastardized it so much at this point.
It started. I had it for a couple of years, didn't I?
Yeah.
And it printed well, printed some good models. But it started going downhill, which I think is probably with some of the big Creality machines, they sling so much about. The print quality started suffering, and we was replacing stuff, and it just wasn't getting back to what it originally was. So we here we are.
Yeah. Got a bit overwhelming with how many I got, so I narrowed it down, plus to keep the wife happy. Yeah, my wife's brought it up more than once, if I'm honest with you, and I don't disagree with her, because her point is why do you need so many printers? Now the reality is we don't print for profit, right? So we can't say, oh well, we need the print capacity or anything like that. So we don't really have much of a
just ignore them and walk away
as to why we have as many as we do. We have as many as we do because that's how many we've got. We're trying to sort of shrink down we're trying to get rid of some of the smaller ones, because the reality of the size of our projects is that we don't use the smaller ones that much, if at all, in a lot of our projects.
The reason I started printing this car on the longer was because my X2 went down.
Yeah.
That's why I started printing some of the parts on the longer.
I'm just crimping off this belt. What is something you want to set up for Halloween? So, I mean, Halloween's, and I mean, maybe this is just me, but Halloween is not as big in the UK as it is in the US. Like,
I've done nothing.
Yeah, I've not really done anything for Halloween. We're kind of saving up a bunch of stuff that we want to do for Christmas.
We usually let my mother-in-law go for a walk on Halloween. It's the only night she don't scare
the local kids. Yeah.
But it's the night they want to be scared, so they think it's a game.
Come on.
Yeah. So that's the same with us, Cole. We've got a lot of machines, but you tend to use certain ones. Like my Goofoo, I haven't used that in a while because I haven't needed to print ABS. It's a small print bed. It's okay with PLA, but to me, that's if I need ABS, that's what that printer's for.
Yeah.
Still got my Prusa Bear here, which I ain't using at the minute, but that's going to make an appearance again soon.
Yes. So we might as well drop a few teasers about things that we've got coming out. So after a few conversations that we had at the TCT show with a couple of different manufacturers, we're really starting to try. I don't want to get an IDEX. I do want to get an IDEX or a small Voron too. So before we get on to what we're doing next, Clio Mods, I wholeheartedly recommend either, if you want small, then the Voron V0.1. If you want sort of regular kind of size, look at the Voron Switchwire. So the Voron Switchwire uses a Prusa bed, it's a really cool machine. Works incredibly well. Really good. With regards to an IDEX, so we've never tested an IDEX on the channel.
Because there's not a lot of them, really.
Well,
and they tend to be above average price.
Yeah. There we go. Right. Just tension that belt.
But anyway, back to what we've got coming up.
Yes. So we wanted to try some new stuff. 0.1 is what I want on my main PC desk to play about with. I have some money because I need to cut. I have some money because I need to cut down on the workload. I have so many because I need to cut down the workload. Yeah, I don't disagree, Matt. And again, we're not making money from ours, so that's why we don't. So we wanted to branch out. We wanted to do a couple of cool new things. So we've got a fairly large desktop laser coming, and then we've also got a bolt-on attachment for the Prusa Mark III, which turns it into a laser. I'm quite excited to see how that.
And apparently, you don't have to remove the tool head or anything.
Yeah, that's the claim. It's from a company that I've not heard of. So they're called OPT lasers, which I'm sure that if I'd used lasers before, I probably would have heard of them. But I don't.
But you don't, and you haven't.
Yeah. So yeah. So we're waiting for that to arrive because I think that's going to be really cool.
We've also got
What was that?
We've also got a couple of new printers coming.
Yes, we have got a couple of other printers coming. So we've got the Creasy Phoenix, which
CR10s. Oh no.
No, so
it's not.
It's more like an
Ender 5, isn't it?
Yeah, more like an Ender 5 Plus. So that'll be a kind of interesting one.
That'll be a fun one to try and squeeze in here.
Yeah.
We've also got, so earlier on today, I dropped off around to James. If you remember, we did the review on the FAM 260. Is it 260?
Yeah, that's the one.
FAM 260. While we was at the TCT, we did an interview and spoke for quite a while to Dyes 3D.
Yeah.
They have sent us their tool head filament run-out sensor.
Dice Extruder Pro. Now, they're not a manufacturer that I had previously heard of. I'll be honest.
But they do look cool.
Yeah, they are nice. Like, they ain't cheap. They're grown up. They're grown up extruders. They go up to like 350 degrees.
400.
The nozzles are all tungsten.
Yeah, you get a tungsten carbide kit of nozzles.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they sent us the filament, their special filament run-out sensor.
Well, yeah, they're sending us one of their run-out sensors. They're sending us their current run-out sensor. They're not sending us. They've got a new run-out sensor that's coming out. They're not sending us that one yet. They may very well do. I like the look of them from your video. They're really cool. So they look almost like a Titan, if I'm honest.
And the guy at the show we interviewed, he was easily my most favourite person at the show.
He was really excited.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, he was dead keen, right? He really.
He was just that. He was living his best life. He was having a great time.
Yeah. So the guy who was at the show was the lead engineer, the lead R&D. Yeah, the lead engineer. Yeah, he was. Yeah. He was just really happy to be there. He was really enjoying talking to people about the thing that he designed. He was just a real maker. That's probably how I describe him. Just somebody who was genuinely, who had made a thing, was really excited about the thing that he made. As you can print the parts needed for the full-size Voron. Oh, right. Yeah, true. Yeah, you can. He was just one of these people who he'd made a thing and he was really excited about the thing that he'd made. And people were coming and talking to him about the thing. And he was really like, yeah, this is my thing. I did this thing, and the thing's really good. And everyone went, oh, yeah, I do really like it.
Yeah, it is. It does look really good, yeah.
You know, and it's just, you know, it was just one of those. It was one of those really whole. If you watch the TCT one, you can just see that he's. I mean, he knows his stuff. Like he obviously he knows his stuff. I think you might be done. I've got quite a lot of.
It was also a really weird moment when we were filming that one. I don't know. I only remembered it, but I don't know if James noticed. But while we were filming that, somebody completely random, nothing to do with Dice, was filming us, filming him, and it was like Inception.
Filming us, filming them, filming us.
Yeah. I was a bit freaked out, so I just smiled.
Show. So this is now all mounted. Original tool head, original fans, and original blower. I have changed out the extruder for a dual drive extruder. I had one laying about. It's an upgrade we should do anyway. This bed obviously isn't stock. This is a vapor smooth bed from the. That's because James is famous. Right, Mike is on this channel as well. I want to be clear.
Just to be clear, I had no idea who this woman was. She was. It was like 3 people, and they just stood there and filmed for like 1 minute, and then just walked off.
She's probably part of the show.
I think she probably was. But it was just a bit like Inception.
Yeah. Does make me wonder if we're now on somebody else's channel and we just don't know about it. Like, has that happened?
Don't know.
Because it could literally be on, like, it could have just been like, yeah, could have been that. We could be on somebody else's channel and we just don't know. Suspicious. Anyway.
All they would have seen was me permanently moving around left and right because my knee was killing me by that point.
Yes, that's true. Yeah, you were hopping about. Okay, right. So yes, so vapor smooth bed. So vapor smooth bed is from the what were they called? Q3D. Q Systems. QE. I can't remember what it's called. Hold on. 3DQ. Now I remember. Yes, it was from 3DQ kit. So this was the ender we were using on the 3DQ kit, which was the automated kit that James...
The Quinley, it was called,
you're the only one who says you're, out of the 2 of you, that you're famous. I mean, I want to be clear about what happened at the show as well. So for anyone who hasn't seen on our Instagram, because I immediately put it up the second that it happened.
Yeah, you did. Like, literally seconds after.
I was smiling for the rest of the day that this happened. There was a chap, I think his name was Mark or Matt. That's offensive that I've got that wrong, but I tagged him in it when we went live. And he came up to us whilst we were filming at the Creality booth, and he sort of interrupted and he said, "I'm really sorry to interrupt. I just want to let you know that I watch your channel all the time and I really like the videos." And I was like, so this to be, and at that point, my brain just went, "Oh, I hate being packed. I just want to live a normal life." I thought the whole way we were driving home, everybody who was overtaking us on the motorway was desperately trying to get a picture of us. It was, it was a nightmare. So anyway, so he came.
You did ask me not to drive through any tunnels.
Yeah, I was definitely afraid of it. I was like, oh, it's just going to happen to Diana, and now it's going to happen to me. Another national tragedy, another treasure lost. Am I going to be able to get this out? Yes. Oh, that's gross. Don't want to use that one. Did I bring this in here with it? Did you bring me a machine without Bowden tube? Is that what?
No, it had in it. Had everything in it.
Well, no, you're saying that it did.
Why would I randomly take the Bowden tube out of it? It hasn't been used for months. I don't know why you
do these things, Mike, but you have done weirder things in the past.
Oh, I can't argue with that, but I didn't take the Bowden tube out of that.
All right. Let's get that in there.
Oh, you're frozen. Well, it looks like this has gone incredibly wrong. Yeah, except Carl, I don't think it'd be Candle in the Wind.
And
Hello? Right, well, something's happened to James's internet.
no, it's me. I'm back. Hello.
There you go.
Sorry, my Foden in the bin. Sure, Elton John will release a song for you too. If there's no video, it didn't happen, James. Lovely. Thank you very much. Glad that all of my friends here don't even believe that somebody could have just gotten excited about meeting me. Very hurtful, all of you. So right. So as I was saying, the only criticism I have about this is that there's nothing on this side. There's nothing on this side to stop the X carriage from leaving. There's nothing for it to butt up against. It goes against this side fine, and the nozzle lines up perfectly as well. But yeah, there's nothing.
Carl, more like farting in the wind.
Pardon?
I said more like farting in the wind.
Brilliant. Right, so we're definitely going to have to move that Z stop right up. So let's crank this bed down so that we can get it as low as possible. Right, cool. So that's there. So now I just need to raise my Z stop up, but not with that one, with this one. I think this actually needs to go in at the front. Interesting. So where would that go?
I like the way people have just taken our obituaries and memorial songs and just gone with it.
Strange. Frozen. James trying to figure out what to do next. Flashlight in the smoke.
More like flashlight in the dark.
Lovely. And we're straight on to the knob jokes. You realise I'm dead in this situation, right? So all I've got to do is try to figure out how I mount and then subsequently trigger this Z stop, because the way that it is right now, it doesn't seem to trigger. No. No, am I back?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's not great quality.
No, it's so my Wi-Fi has been weird ever since Virgin Media came round, and that weird guy ruined it.
He said he fixed it.
Yeah, that isn't an accurate statement.
But you did also tell him there was nothing wrong with the Wi-Fi.
Before it worked, but my Wi-Fi was fine before. But
now
it doesn't work now.
It's that I've taken acid and I'm watching the video.
What now?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. All right. So the only issue I'm having at the moment is, I take it you can
you're
still
in 50p.
Hear me. Pardon?
Is that you're in 50p?
Right. Hold on. Let's see if I can switch to Wi-Fi and see if that'll get any better. Wow, 720p and below, James. It makes you look more handsome and debonair. That's why I tend to smear my camera lens with Vaseline. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The first time that happened, though, that was just a happy coincidence for you.
Right. Is it better?
No.
No. Technical fun.
You should have good Wi-Fi like me.
Well, I don't. And it's gone. And off. Beep boop. Beepity boop 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 boop.
That's your dial-up going.
Right. Okay. James, you're the only one using dial-up internet again. Right. So I just want to be clear. My internet's actually really good. Okay.
It's just powered by a hamster and a wheel when it's got tired.
Yeah. Right. Well, if we're having these technical issues, then I'm going to have to knock it off. So, okay, guys. So let me just go over where we are before we go. Maybe James should stop stealing his neighbours and get his own account. Cheers. So let me just go over where we are before I close this off because my
Do you want to pass it over to me because the people can see it then?
Do I want to pass what over to you?
The printer, when people will be able to see it.
How?
Just pass it.
Right.
It's a joke.
That was weird. You've made it weird.
You probably couldn't see it because of your terrible connection.
I can see you perfectly well. So, right. So where did we get to? So the X-axis is all installed. The tool head's all installed. You can see from here. The brackets on this are actually really nice. And they're all machined really well. And they're all going together really nicely. If I show you the back of the machine, let's just unplug it. If I show you the back of the machine, you can see here that I've fitted on the dual extruder. I've put on the dual drive extruder.
And it's gone again.
Right, can you see me?
Can now.
Right. 1 second. In the It's not any better, is it? Can you at least hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Is it any better, or is it still bad?
It's still bad.
Still bad. Right. Okay, fine. All right, guys, we'll end the stream there, and we'll shoot a video in, I don't know, maybe something that works inside of this century, and then we'll go from there. When things fail in my house, it learns to fly. I'm not rock kicking the internet. Like, I don't really know what I would do there. So anyway, the kit's really nice at the moment. I'll fit the Z end stop again, and then we'll do some testing, and we'll
perhaps if everyone donated, he could get broadband above 10 meg. That's great. He's not even got a reply for that because it's so crap. Well, I think that's that, people. His internet's totally crapped out now. So thanks for joining us. Is it back? No. Gone from dial-up to no internet.
Can you see me?
We can see an outline of you, like a vague representation of you.
Right, okay. Anyway, guys, sorry about the technical issues. As always, seems to always be something. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll talk to you soon. But we'll come out with a full review of this kit. The link's in the video description if you want to buy it. But yeah, we'll do a full review of this and get it out.
Give us a week or so, and we'll test it, and we'll put a video out.
Yeah. Thanks very much. Oh, is it better now?
It's a bit better, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, actually, it seems like it's... Yeah.
Yeah?
It's kicked in all of a sudden.
Amazing. I did nothing.
Well, did Anna fit a new hamster?
I did literally nothing. Right, anyway, we'll still end it there because it's bound to drop out again. Thanks very much for joining us, guys. Sorry about the technical issues, and we'll chat to you soon. Cheers, guys. See you later.
Bye.